Hey, what's up, guys? This is Thomas Christopher and Brandon Pokrass from the League Winners. We're here with Coach Roc Bellantoni. Coach, how does it feel to be back at FAU?
Feels really good. Really good. It was nice to be able to come back and finish things the way I started them with the guys. That's a lot of things that you think about, and when the possibility came up, it was a no-brainer for me, really. I mean, I had some concerns, but really at the end of the day, the guys wanted me to come back. They wanted me to do this and finish it the right way, and I felt like I owed it to them, and hopefully we can go out on a good note and at least spend some time together here the last couple of weeks and really try to make a difference in their life, both on and off the field. So really, really thankful and happy that I'm back.
So regarding last week's game, right? What did you think of Brandon Harris's concepts, and how do you think he ran the defense, and how do you think he can help you these last 2 weeks?
Sure. Yeah, I thought he did a tremendous job. Did a hell of a job because I've been in that position. I was at Washington State, and our D coordinator quit and had to take over his defense in the middle of the year. So I know the challenges that come with that. You don't know all the ins and outs necessarily of everything. Now, thankfully, Brandon and I have been together for 2 years now, so he did understand it a lot more than I did after 3 or 4 games. But I thought he did a great job. He called a great game. He had those guys ready to play and had a really nice game plan. He's going to be a tremendous defensive coordinator for somebody. And I'm when we talk in the future, I mean in like a month. The guy's ready to do it. So I'm really really proud of the job that he did. And I talked to him a couple times last week and told him what was on my mind, and just pumping him up and encouraging him because I knew he'd do a good job. And as far as what he can do to help me, it won't be any different than all year. He helps me a lot in the pass game, and the alignment rules that they have with bunches and stacks and things of that nature. And he's been doing a great job for 2 years. He's a hell of a coach, a better human being, man. I really love Brandon Harris. I love being around him, and I'm hoping I get to coach with him for a long time.
I love that answer. So Coach, during your time away from the team, a couple recruits decommitted from your departure and Ed's departure. Have you guys been able to mend those relationships, and what's your message for recruits going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard until we know exactly what's going on here, as far as what the future holds for me and everybody else on our staff to mend those fences. Is there time, before signing date? There'll be a little bit of time depending on when they decide who's the head coach is going to be and who's going to be here and things of that nature. But, I've been just trying to be honest with those guys about football and college football and, finding a place you love, because odds are whoever is coaching you is not going to be there your entire career anyway. So find a place that you love, and if you feel comfortable there, and you can be successful, then pick that place. Don't choose it for the people, because as we all know in this business, things change fast.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to tell, but just be honest with them. I try to treat them like my 4 sons who are around their age, give them fatherly advice of what would I tell you if you were my son, and encouraging them to still consider FAU. And I can't tell them whether to come here or not. That's up to them and their family. Obviously, if I'm here, I want to coach them, but just being, I think honesty is the best policy, and them, I really want them to make the best decision for themselves. And that goes for any recruit that we have. I get attached to my guys. I get a relationship with them. But at the end of the day, if they choose to play somewhere else that they think is going to be better for them, more power to them. Obviously we pick out the guys we want to coach and we want them to be part of the program, but I still think it's an educational thing, not a sales thing, right? If we're selling guys on fake hope and false dreams, and what are we doing? I think you want to educate them so they can make the right decision. So you have the guys that really want to be in your program, that really want to play for you. And, over the course of 30 years, that strategy of honesty and being upfront and trying to help people has paid off in the long run. So going to continue to try to use that message.
No, I completely agree, and I think that message really hits home for a lot of people, not just recruits, just anybody watching you guys. But I want to kind of move forward and up into this week. What are you trying to accomplish on defense for these last two games you guys have?
Yeah, well, last week, I had a lot of time to think. When you coach football, all you think about is football all day long. So, and then I had extra time on my hands to just think about football all day long. And, what would you do differently the next time you get to run a defense, which I didn't know would be 7 days later, but I'm thankful it is. So you think about what would I do in terms of, different things at different positions that I think we've maybe lacked on. Trying to just overall scheme things. I watched a lot of film last week, so some different pressures that I may like that I wanted to research in the offseason. I got to look at a little bit last week. We may have a tweak or two in that instance. Some things technique wise on the D line, some things at linebacker, even in the back end, our below delivery and our tackling. We worked on it every day in the summer, and for it to be where it is, where we're not shedding blocks and not tackling as well as we did early in the year, why did that happen? And so you start thinking about, why are all these things happening? Well, maybe did we coach fear into them of just do your job, just be in your gap, instead of, yeah, do your job and then shed a block and get to the football,
Right.
where they just thought, because we had some guys jumping out of gaps, and so it just, I mean, a wide range of things. So what do I want to see at the end of the day? That was your question. I want to see us play really, really hard. I want to see great effort from our guys playing with a lot of passion. The change in energy here the past few days has been remarkable to see from the last time I was out at practice, and I'm happy about that. So I want to see them play with that passion and that energy. I want to see them striking and shedding blocks and getting to the football, getting back to getting our takeaways by getting the second and third guy in on the tackle and stripping the ball out, attacking the ball when it's in the air, getting after the quarterback. I thought our pass rush needs to be a lot better. And why were those things not happening? And so, I've relayed my thoughts to the staff. I've relayed my thoughts to the players. You can't fix it all in 3 days, right? So
Right.
I think that it didn't get to that point in 3 days. It's not going to get corrected in 3 days, but I want to see us make strides in the right direction to get back to where we were playing football 4, 5, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. All you can really hope for is some type of improvement, right? Now, I know that especially on the back end, you've had a lot of young players playing meaningful snaps. Are there any players you're hoping to showcase or hope step up that are more undergraduates?
Well, I really hope the older guys step up. Day Hills had a great week of practice. I'd love for Day to finish his season strong and see where that takes him, and Bugs, Philip Dunham. I really want to see the older guys step up. The younger guys, yeah, of course we want to see, Antonio Smith, when he's in there, make some strides. Mike Wright played a little bit last week. Want to see him take some strides forward. Obviously, CJ Hurd. What we're playing, Eric Brantley and Wilkie Denard and Gavinch Marcelin up front, they're really getting a lot better. And I want to see them start to have the production that they're capable of having up front. So, Sharquez Lee may play a little bit at linebacker to see what he has. So yeah, you want to see them make some strides forward to see what you might have for the future. But man, I want these older guys to leave here with a better taste in the mouth than they had. They deserve better than what they've had this year for sure.
So that kind of ties into what I wanted to ask next. How much are you looking to rely on the veterans to close out the season? And I guess specifically, like, is there anything you want them to do as compared to previous weeks?
Definitely going to lean on the veterans. You want to win a football game, right? We need to win a football game, and those guys give us the best chance to win. If there were younger guys that gave you a better chance to win, you'd play them. Or if if you know you're going to be here for a while and you wanted to start developing younger players to see what they had, so that when you go in the portal, but I don't know if I'll be here, and I want to play good defense and I want to win a football game. So the older guys give us the better chance to win it, and I want to see them have the ability to put some good things on film, so that if they do want to try to play professional football, they have that opportunity the last 2 weeks to put good things on film, to play great defense, contribute to a couple of wins, and then continue to bring the younger guys along with them. They have been great in that respect. They're taking the younger. Chris Jones has been amazing up front. Marlon Bradley taking the young guys under their wings, and Ambush taking Sharquez Lee and Jarvis Johnson and dragging them around. It's been fun to watch that. But man, we want to win a football game. We got to win. We need to win a game. This is we're better than this. We're better than what's been put on the field this year. So let's go out these last 2 weeks, try to win football games and play great defense, feel good about ourselves and this program and the direction that we're heading.
So my next question, Coach Lunsford talked about it on Tuesday. He wants the team to focus on playing complementary football. I feel like a lot of times, like, it's here or there, but the team has the potential to do it. Do you expect that FAU will be playing more complementary football over these next 2 weeks?
I would think so. I think, because that's his message, complementary football for defense, really, you're trying to keep points off the board. So regardless, I don't, that's at the end of the day, but we want to get back to getting our takeaways. His number one thing is own the football. That's taking care of the ball on offense. It's attacking the ball on defense, like we preach all the time. So complementary football means getting the ball back for the offense a little bit more than we have here the past few games. We've lacked pop, we've lacked strike, we've lacked strain, we've lacked energy. So those takeaways haven't been coming. Gerald strips the ball out against East Carolina, and nobody's diving on the ground, wrestling the ball away from somebody. So for the defense, that means that's what we can do for complementary football, is help the offense out by getting the ball back for them. Okay. Offensively, there's some things that they can do to play a little bit more complementary football. Special teams is always a battle for field position, but that's Coach Lunsford's vision. That's his message, and obviously we want to support him. And he's had a lot of success as a head coach. So if we can demonstrate those things, we'll have a chance to win these 2 football games.
Love that answer. Complementary football, it takes a lot, and it's not always just one thing on each side of the ball. It's the team playing as a cohesive unit. But my last question for you, just what is your message to the FAU fan base heading into these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, wow. Ooh, I wish I'd had time to think about that one. I mean, I have so much to say. Number one is thank you. Thank you for my time here. I really don't know what the future is going to hold here in a couple of weeks. If this is my last 2 weeks at FAU, it's been a hell of a ride. I mean, there's been a lot of downs. There's been some ups. We built a championship program that Coach Kiffin came in and took and ran with the first time, and I take a lot of pride in that. This second go around, the first year, I thought we did some really good things, and this year it hasn't gone the way we wanted it to go. But thank you. If this is it, thank you to all the fans and the boosters and the alumni, the former players, the current players. Man, I've enjoyed every second of this. But if it's not the end, I'd like to be part of the solution, and the solution is, it's going to take some time to build this program back up, right? When Coach Kiffin, everybody thinks people can come in and wave a magic wand and you're just going to win football games. You need some recruiting classes the way we had before Coach Kiffin came in, and those guys rolled, right? And you need to stack some good recruiting classes on top of each other. Yes, you can go in the portal. Yes, you can flip a roster, and we did a lot of those things, and we got some better players. But once one of those guys go down, you're replacing them still with young freshmen that are going to go out and take some lumps. So, there needs to be, I don't want to say patience, because everybody they're going to thumb their nose at that, but you got to build it here. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to just, snap your fingers and all of a sudden you're going to go win 12 games. You have to build a program. So I hope that they can be patient with the next person, staff, whether I'm part of that or not. I'm always going to love FAU, root for them, help them as much as I can. But it's going to take a village. We need the support of the fans, the support of the alumni, to get, if you want better players, you got to go get better players. And, unfortunately, financially, that involves some money, and, while we had some resources this year, you need some resources to continue to replenish the transfers. Even the high school kids are getting paid to go other places. So, and that's only going to continue to evolve. So, everyone has to be invested in winning. That starts inside this building and outside this building. Everybody needs to be pulling in the same direction. And I really feel like we can do some special things here at FAU. And man, I'd love to be part of that. It's something I've dreamed about since 2001 when I first played against them and thought this program was a gold mine. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. And it's been a great ride. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate that answer. Thank you so much for your time here today. And yeah, once again, we really appreciate you giving us the time to talk to you.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.